everyone. That was so Hi. Hi. Hi guys, it's me, and welcome back to my channel, and I'm in a different spot than normal, and I have someone with me. This is my sister, Sierra.
Hi guys, I'm Sierra.
And she's actually my sissy-in-law, but we don't put in-law on things.
No,
But
we're just sisters.
we're just
so
sisters. Yeah,
That's just how we roll.
that's just how we roll. But we're doing the top 5 book tag. And we're also going to do our top 5 band tags, but I'll probably make these 2 videos, so if we're wearing the same clothes. We have more clothes.
Yeah, we're not. We just we bathe.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do it all in one go.
Do you want me to start with my book first?
Yeah, are we going
Okay,
to?
yeah. I'll do 5, and then you do 5.
Okay.
Number 5 spot book would be Frozen Fire, and it's a book about a girl whose brother disappeared, and she's wondering where he is, and then one night there was a flash of light, and this strange albino kid shows up, and she goes out chasing after him, and she finds an ocarina, and she plays it, and she gets transported all through time, and I'm just kidding, that's the Zelda theme, but she does find an ocarina, and yeah, the book, I can't describe this book, you just need to pick it up and read it.
My 5th book, and don't judge me for this, but it's Twilight by
You have Twilight
Stephanie
books?
Meyer.
I'm really
Yes.
glad I won't make my Twilight joke later now.
It got me into reading in, I think it was the 6th grade, and as if you all don't know by now, it's about vampires. If you don't know that, which I highly doubt that you do.
I think they're right up there.
They're up there
The camera cuts
because
them
I like them a lot. But that was the first book that I ever really got into, and I couldn't put it down. Hate me all you want for it, but I just loved it.
I liked the first one.
The first one was the best in my opinion.
I kind of started seeing all those connections people were making about that relationship.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the relationship. I just like the vampire
Well, the first
world.
one was good, and then she just got needy. And
Well,
then I couldn't
depressing.
see anything but Kristen Stewart, and it just really Kristen Stewart kind of ruined that series. Am I ready to do number 4?
Yes.
I feel so bad dogging that, but 4 is this is like, I didn't do series, like, I can't pick a favorite in a series, so 4 is a series, and it's the Darkest Power series, and I didn't write down the names of them, but my favorite one is the first one, which is The Summoning, and those are by Kelly Armstrong, and basically it's this girl, and her mom died, and maybe her dad was dead too, I can't remember. It's been a while since I read it, but it's still one of my favorites. Boy, I'm attentive, but long story short, I think she was living with her aunt. I can't remember if her dad
I think that's what you told me. I hadn't read it.
dead or not. But either way, she goes to school one day, and she starts talking to this person, and she starts seeing dead people. She has a total Sixth Sense moment, and chaos ensues from there, and they send her to a crazy house with all these crazy kids, but it turns out the kids aren't crazy. They all have actual powers, and it's good. You should check them out.
I'd like to have some powers myself.
I would too.
My 4th book is Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater.
I need to read
If I say her name wrong, I highly apologize. But it's very confusing. But it's Maggie Stiefvater. I love anything that's fantasy, and just I love how it's around wolves. But the whole time that I was reading the book, I thought, wow, I feel like I'm the character. I've never had a book where you're just like, I'm that character. I feel like I'm in the character's shoes. So every emotion that she went through, the main character, I thought, well, I feel those emotions too. It was a weird feeling. If you haven't read it, go pick it up because it's one of the best reads I've ever read. Best books I've ever read.
3 and 2 were really hard for me, because like 3
Yeah,
and 2
I hate that because I
couldn't-
didn't know which one, where do I put first.
but it will make sense. Like, it'll start to make sense. But number 3 is the Morgansville Vampire series.
Oh,
And
I still need to read that.
I let her borrow them.
Those are my to be read list.
And those are by Rachel Kane, and my favorite in that series is Lord of Misrule. That one was my favorite book. And just short story, This came out around the time the Twilight books were coming out, and the reason I gravitated towards them is it was that vampire thing, but it was different because the vampires were bad, which was completely opposite from what everyone at that time was doing, because everyone was trying to mock Twilight. It was
like, make them all romantic.
Yeah, and like they're misguided, but no, they were just like evil and needed to be killed in her book. And basically this girl's going to college in this town, and she's actually, I think, just 17 or 16. She was smart and got to go to college early, which automatically had her picked on. And she's walking down the street, and like this one girl bullies her, so she decides to move out of the dorms because this girl's bullying her.
Oh.
Well, she goes to this one house, and I won't give too much away, but long story short, she makes this guy really angry and finds out he's a vampire. And then, plot twist, the entire town is run by vampires, and it's just this slope that just does this.
Is it bad that I would like that town?
It might be. It might be a little bad. I'd like to visit more. It's based on an actual town in Texas.
We must go.
But there's not actually vampires there, I'm sorry.
My third book would have to be Cinder by Marissa Meyer.
I need to read that too.
It's just like a futuristic take on Cinderella, and it's incredible. Like, if you haven't read this, it's called The Lunar Chronicles, and they're coming out with the 4th or 5th. There was a novella. So the 4th book this November, and it's called Winter. And it's like all these princesses, and they're just like...
Is it all retelling of different princesses?
Yeah, but their stories intertwine.
Ooh.
Like there's Cinderella, there's Rapunzel, and there's Red Riding Hood. And I just think it's like they're kick butt. Okay, I'll say it cleanly. They're kick butt, and they're addictive.
Please say cleanly. We don't cuss here.
No, we don't. No foul language.
On camera.
I love them.
I feel so much shorter than you.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm a baby. And I'm older, and I'm a baby. Number 2 is Fruits Basket.
Oh,
but
I know
it's a manga. It is a manga, but it's so good. And the only reason this beat Morgansville is because I started reading these before I went to high school, and like I grew with the characters in the book, and because it was a manga, you could see these characters, and like she slowly drew them getting taller and stuff, and you actually literally don't realize it until you get down toward the end of the series, and then like you pick up book 1 and like one of the later books, and it's like, they got big, my babies grew.
See, I think that's a real talent, if an author can do that and make you feel as if you're growing with the characters. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And it was by Natsuki Takaya. I'm sorry.
We can't pronounce names correctly, and we mean no offense to none of these authors because we love them dearly.
Yes, but basically it's a story about a girl, and her mom passed away, and her dad died when she was little, but her mom passed away, and she was living in a tent, and she stumbles onto these rich people houses, and she finds out if she hugs one of them, they turn into one of the animals from the Zodiac. And it's so cool.
Oh, wow. I'm already going to have to pick up
we're just going to have to trade books now.
Yeah, it's going to happen. My second book is Speak by Lori House Anderson. And if I don't say that right, I apologize.
I forgot about that book.
She lent it to me. And all I can say is I read it the summer before my freshman year, which
you should read it.
Yes.
That's when you should read that book.
It changed the way I thought about how I treat people, because you never know what anybody's going through. You're not in their mind. You're not walking in their shoes. Mm-hmm. And I realized...
You can't really describe that book without giving something away.
Yeah.
You gotta read it.
Yeah. It's one of those that, like on those lists of 100 books you have to read before you die, read that one.
I actually think it's a high school required reading now. I don't know that, but I suggest reading it before you go to high school.
Yeah, because it will make you feel like you'll care more about others after reading that book.
Yeah.
Just read it.
I feel really bad now because that may actually be in my top 5.
It changed my life, and I'm so glad that she let me borrow it. because it really made an impact on me.
My number one's, this is no shock, it's Harry Potter. I mean...
Yeah. I just love it. Do you like the new covers that they put out?
I've not looked at them yet because I don't want to go run out and buy books I already own.
I like doing double copies of my favorite books.
I'm not going to describe Harry Potter. If you don't know what Harry Potter is by now...
That's the one. Forget Twilight. If you don't know what Harry Potter is...
Yeah, my favorite
that was pretty much our childhood.
Is a tie between 3 and 5 just because my favorite character is Sirius Black. I have a very odd favorite character from Harry, but I'm a very odd person, so...
See, Harry was always my favorite because of the scar.
Yeah.
I know, because, you know, I have a scar too, but it's like...
We're scar twins.
Yeah. If you can't really tell.
You can't really, no, my camera's nice.
Can't really tell.
I just, now everyone's going to be doing this,
just like, what's that?
I don't see anything.
My number one book is Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. Oh dear Lord, I read all 6 in the first series, because there's a spin-off series. I read all 6 in 1 week. Probably less than a week. They were that addictive. I've never picked up a book where I'm just like, these characters are just so hilarious and addictive where I can't put them down. There's a character named Rose Hathaway and Dmitry Belikov, if I'm saying it correctly. If I'm not, I may have just butchered their names, but I apologize. And Dmitry, yes, if I could choose a book boyfriend, he would be my book boyfriend because he's just like an awesome Russian with like a Western, what's one of those jackets?
I don't know.
Long jackets.
Trench coat.
Trench coats. Love him. If you guys haven't seen it, they even made a movie, and I know lots of people don't like it. I thought it was great. I love the whole series. If you haven't read them yet, go pick them up. You won't regret it.
Honorable mentions.
I would like to thank Lori House Anderson for writing Speak, because I've always tried my best to be a nice person to people, but that book really changed my life, and I really care about if somebody's hurting or if somebody's going through something, and even if they don't want to speak about it, I want them to know that they can always come to me and talk to me, because I never want nobody to feel alone, and that book really made me care.
Yeah, it's a good book. You should read it.
Yeah.
That's probably, ironically, the book that wasn't at the top of either one of our... That's the one you need to read. Don't read our top ones. Read that one.
Read that one.
But no. So, thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to thumbs up.
Thumbs it up.
Thumbs it up.
And subscribe.
And leave comments.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon because we're going to do another video. And we'll do more videos. We'll do more videos together.
Bye, guys.